Hello and welcome on this week's iGrasp News Capsule. Knowledge will bring you the opportunities to make a difference. So let's get ready and always step up to new knowledge and therefore an empowered mind. The highlights of today's news capsule are: India's vaccination drive continues. CRPF, DRDO launch bike ambulance Rakshita. The US has a new president, Joe Biden. NASA's Curiosity rover completes 3,000 Martian days on the planet. Saudi Arabia to build a new city without cars or roads. India win the Border Gavaskar Trophy in dramatic fashion. And finally, our fun and facts segment. It's time for our national news segment.
The world's largest vaccine drive is continuing with many frontline workers receiving the vaccines Covishield and Covaxin, with millions of doses of the two vaccines being shipped all over the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said India is well prepared to distribute the vaccine, as it is being done with the help of a mobile application that helps the government keep track of who all have received their shots and make sure no one is left out. Currently, healthcare officials are being given the dose with the priority given to doctors working in the public sector. There will be 10 million healthcare workers that will be vaccinated in the first round, which will be followed up by policemen, soldiers, and other government workers.
The Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, and the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, have developed innovative bike ambulances called Rakshita, which would help security force personnel to cater to urgent evacuation needs in case of medical emergencies, battle injuries, especially in conflict zones. As many as 21 Rakshita bike ambulances were inducted into the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, last week. These are surely going to be of great help in areas where it is difficult for large ambulances to reach.
The USA has a new president. Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th President of the United States of America last week. Kamala Harris was sworn in as the Vice President, becoming the first woman and first Asian American to hold the office. In lieu of the crowds of spectators that filled the National Mall for a typical inauguration, this year there were nearly 200,000 American flags representing the thousands of people who could not attend because of the coronavirus pandemic and tight security in the nation's capital. Trump did not attend the inauguration and became the first outgoing US president in 152 years to skip his successor's inauguration. We all at iGrasp are very excited to see what the next presidency has in store for the United States.
Indonesia has suffered several disasters in the past week, with a 6.2 magnitude earthquake hitting the nation last week as well. Prior to the earthquake, the nation was also suffering from very intense flooding and landslides. To make matters worse, an aircraft also crashed off the coast of the capital city, Jakarta. Indonesia is facing a lot of problems, and our prayers and thoughts go out to the country during its tough times.
iGraspers, did you know that back in 2012, NASA sent a tiny vehicular car to Mars called Curiosity? This vehicle is also called a rover and has completed 3,000 Martian days on the planet. That roughly translates to 3,082 Earth days, since it takes Mars longer to take a full revolution around the Sun. Curiosity was sent to see if the red planet could have ever supported life on its surface, with the rover making several interesting discoveries during its time there. While there, the rover has explored the landscape, taken several pictures, and has also collected samples of the red soil present. If you could go to any planet in our solar system, which one would it be and why? Let us know in the comment sections down below.
The capital of Karnataka, the city of Bengaluru, has been anointed as the fastest growing technology hub in the world, ahead of London, which was second. Bengaluru has often been called India's Silicon Valley due to the multitude of technology startups that have originated there and transformed the business climate in the city. iGraspers, do you have a good idea for a technology company? What problems in the world do you think we can solve through the use of technology? Write to us at contactus@igrasp.com with some of your ideas.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has plans to unveil a zero-carbon city, where there are zero cars, zero roads, and therefore zero carbon emissions. Saudi Arabia, whose main export is oil, is also one of the countries that pollutes the most. Thus, this city is a step in the right direction. This city will contain a really well-connected public transport system along with the usual facilities like schools, hospitals and parks. The construction of this futuristic city shall begin soon in the first quarter of this year. iGraspers, if you could design a city from scratch, what would you try to keep out of your city? Send us your city ideas on contactus@igrasp.com.
Researchers studying the electric eel in the Amazon rainforest were absolutely shocked to find out that the animal hunts its prey in coordinated attacks. Zoologists earlier thought that the marine animal was solitary, but two researchers went and studied the slippery eel's behavior in the dense Amazon rainforest and witnessed packs of electric eels hunting together to stun their prey in coordinated attacks. The fascinating animal is capable of producing an 860 volt electric shock, which is the strongest electric current produced by any animal in the whole world. For context, this is 4 times more deadly than the voltage we have in the plug sockets in our home. Such a fascinating animal the electric eel is.
India has won the Border Gavaskar Trophy after a dramatic win in the 4th Test match series against Australia. The Indian team has been under immense stress down under, where they not only have faced racism but also several injuries to key players, which led them to field a very new-looking, young Team India. This is the first time since 1988 that the Australian team has lost a Test match in Brisbane. Youngster Shubman Gill and veteran Chateshwar Pujara got India off to a solid start, chasing 328. Rishabh Pant, however, was the true star of the show, whose historic 89 not out led India to win the 4th Test by 3 wickets and take the trophy home.
iGraspers, did you know that the second highest mountain peak after Mount Everest is a peak called K2? Till now, nobody has managed to reach its peak in the winter months due to it being incredibly challenging with sub-zero temperatures and incredibly high-speed winds. The peak, however, was conquered in the grueling wind by a team of 10 Nepalese climbers, the first team to ever do so. K2 is along the Pakistan-Chinese border and is considered by many to be one of the toughest mountains to climb. Kudos to the team and their adventurous spirit for being able to accomplish such a feat.
Today's postcard from rural India stresses on the power of knowledge and determination against all odds. In the Kutaha village of Chitrakoot in Madhya Pradesh, a group of young men and women are making good equality education available for free to children belonging to poor households. 4 years ago, Ram Dayal and Manish Kumar started this organization with 4 kids, and today they are teaching 150 students. They said they felt the need to educate the unprivileged children who could not afford to go to school so that they were empowered to dream big. The teachers adapted themselves to the unique challenges posed by the pandemic. Armed with a mask and sanitizer, teachers would go to every student's house in their area and then teach for an hour.
20-year-old Sandhya Ray, daughter of tea garden labourers in West Bengal, fought massive challenges to become the unstoppable national rugby player she is today. The national rugby player is the only Indian among the top 32 unstoppable women players from Asia. Sandhya says there are many hardships in village life. Girls are confined to schools or house chores and not allowed to move out of the village. When she started playing rugby with other girls, people called them names, demotivated them, and even questioned why they were playing a boys' sport. She says her unending struggles and drive to never give up made her unstoppable. Sandhya is currently pursuing a graduate degree in sports management. Her days are spent waking up early, training students in her village, and then self-training for the remaining hours. Sandhya wants every girl in rural India to fight societal prejudices. Bravo girl, way to go.
Saqqara, near Cairo in Egypt, is a vast necropolis and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, home to more than a dozen pyramids, ancient monasteries, and animal burial sites. What is a necropolis, you ask? It is a large cemetery belonging to an ancient city. Ancient treasure was unveiled last week at the Saqqara archaeological site. This included more than 3,000 years old sarcophagi, which is a stone coffin adorned with a sculpture or an inscription. Over 50 wooden sarcophagi dating from 16th century BC to 11th century BC were found in a burial shaft. Egypt expects archaeological discoveries will spark Egyptian tourism.
The word of the week is razzmatazz, which means show intended to attract attention or noisy. You need razzmatazz to launch any new product in the market. That's how it becomes popular.
37-year-old paraplegic rock climber Lai Chi-wai climbed over 250 meters of a skyscraper in Hong Kong on a wheelchair. He pulled himself up for more than 10 hours to reach the height to raise money for spinal cord patients. Chi-wai collected $6,70,639 in donations. Hats off to you, sir. This is an incredible feat to achieve, and above all, for the service of others.
The riddle of the week is, I have 13 hearts, but no other organs. What am I? A deck of playing cards.
Can you guess who? This Indian freedom fighter and patriot fueled the anti-British movement while in exile in Germany during World War II. He founded the Indian National Army, also known as the Azad Hind Fauj, in 1942, in which he enlisted Indian prisoners of war captured by the Japanese. As commander of the INA, he formed an alliance with Japan, leading his men against the British Indian Army. He was lovingly known as Netaji. I knew you would guess this. The answer is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji's famous quote to motivate his soldiers was, "Give me blood and I shall give you freedom."
Did you know that dragonflies can see in all directions? Amazing, isn't it? These carnivorous insects can catch their prey mid-flight and start eating while they are still flying.
Quiz time! What is a group of dragonflies called? Send your answers to contact us at igrasp.com. Answer for the last week's quiz. The speed of sound in air is 343 meters per second, or 1 kilometer in 2.9 seconds, or 1 mile in 4.7 seconds. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Jayashree AK of Springday School for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, iGrasp.
Dear iGraspers, let's go on a world tour with stopovers in some of the most well-known cities of the world. Our book of the week takes you on a trip to London, Berlin, Paris, Warsaw, Calgary, New York City, and many, many more, all at once. But there is a twist in the tale. We discover that wild animals such as penguins are trying to settle in Cape Town. Leopards are prowling in Mumbai. A seal swims in Sydney. Yes, the cities are full of animals who are trying to fit in into the urban jungles and the kind of experiences they have along the way. Read this quirky book and share your feedback on contact us at igrasp.com.
With this, we come to the end of our news capsule. Be the change you want to see in this world. Until we meet again, be a proud Indian and with your head held high, have the courage and strength to always stand for freedom and truth. Jai Hind.